I'd like to welcome Mr Steve Heapy, CEO of Jet2.com and Jet2Holidays, Northern Ireland's largest multi-award-winning tour operator. It's great to speak to you again, Steve.
Thank you. It's good to see you again. We've not met face-to-face for a few months now. It's been too long, so it's always good to talk to you.
Absolutely. Great to catch up again. Like you say, we've spoken many times over the last couple of years. We managed to meet up a few times in the last 4 or 5 months. But with the restrictions changing, I believe this time we're in a much better place, especially after the changes to the 12 to 17-year-olds. How are you feeling about the current position at the moment?
A lot more positive than we were. The market now is getting back towards the levels we saw for summer 19. Summer 20 was massively disrupted, as was summer 21. But I think people are genuinely feeling like this is it now. And we speak to our customers regularly. We've got an email database of nearly 4 million people and speak to them quite often. And people think this is the end of the virus now. There might be new strains, but they will be less virulent. Governments have learned perhaps not to lock down too hastily. And I mean, looking out the window here, it's cloudy, about to go dark. It's been raining, cold, windy, dull, miserable. And I want to get on holiday and get away from this, and lots of people do. It's been 2 and in some cases 3 years since people have had a holiday. And now they feel they're at the end. They want to get away and get their bit of sun, and everybody deserves that.
Oh, absolutely. I think the confidence is definitely out there now. Speaking to travel agents, over the last few weeks, they can see a big difference. We didn't have this sort of peaks thing that was going to happen at the start of January as well. Certainly that has turned around with the relaxations in the last couple of weeks, and people are a lot more confident. Yeah.
So it's a lot stronger than it was. I think the nervousness is disappearing, and every day that we don't have any bad news, I think confidence will continue to increase. And we are getting more and more confident about summer 22. In fact, today we've just put on, it'll be appearing on the screen shortly, more flying to Malaga and to Tenerife from Belfast for April. So there's a few more flights going on there, a bit of additional capacity because sales have picked up rather well. And as always, we will try and respond as and when we can and put more capacity on.
Actually, that was one of my questions later was, as the biggest tour operator out of Belfast, it's a very important base for you, and I was going to ask you to chat a wee bit about how it's going in the popular destinations at the moment.
Yeah, the most popular ones consistently, and I think this is partly because the year-round are the Canary Islands. The most popular is Tenerife. People, they book in significant numbers there. But still, the other Canarian destinations are good. Gran Canaria is always good. Lanzarote, we see in the Balearic Islands pick up quite well, and Turkey's doing well also. The bookings there are pretty strong, and the hotels, they've good products, they've got good offers on, and people, I think, tried Turkey and Greece for the first time over the last couple of years when Spain was perhaps closed, and a lot of them have decided to go back. So, we've got a good range of destinations, and they're all doing pretty well.
Very good. I was actually with Jet2Holidays actually a couple of weeks ago in Tenerife with my wife, and I have to say, apart from the mask wearing, going into restaurants and bars, it was just like it was 3 years ago when we were there, and it was great atmosphere, and everybody was really happy to be away. So
yeah, I was in the Canary Islands before Christmas. I was in Turkey, both on business last week, and to be honest, you don't really notice in another country where you have to wear a mask. It's not that much hassle, and I think over the next 2 to 3 weeks we will see restrictions lifted throughout Europe. So I would hope by the time we get to summer, mask wearing everywhere is a thing of the past.
Well, fortunately, actually, we've just had the announcement today that as from 5 o'clock this evening, the mask wearing is gone in Northern Ireland. It will be guidance now, and I'm sure people, including myself, will probably still do it going into certain areas like supermarkets and things like that, or close areas.
Well, we work off sort of international guidelines, and the guidelines are for airlines that mask wearing is still required. But we're watching very carefully the announcements of Boris Johnson at the end of February, and I think it's very likely we'll drop the mandatory use of masks, even if the guidance is not that. I think if in other walks of life mask wearing isn't required anymore, it's not required on an aircraft. In fact, there's an argument that the regulations should be more lax on an aircraft than anywhere else, because the air is circulated every 3 minutes through medical grade HEPA filters. So the best thing you can do is sit on an aircraft and have the air conditioning blowing on you, because that's filtered air. So we'll probably remove it at the end of February, but we will probably be asking customers to wear it until then, until we get the guidance, etc.
Absolutely. On to our sort of independent travel agents. You know, our travel agents are more important now than they've ever been.
Yeah.
And I know you have a great relationship with them. Could you tell us a wee bit about your relationship going forward?
Yeah, I think for many years, as long as I've been working in travel, people have said that, you know, travel agents are going to be reducing in numbers and it'll become a thing of the past. I think at the moment there is a desire for people to speak to experts, to get face-to-face help, to get independent advice, not try and get tour operators selected hotels that they're trying to flog, but independent expert advice. And that's what independent travel agents give us. People over the last few years have been stung with the collapse of bed banks, the collapse of Monarch, the collapse of Thomas Cook, the pandemic, having different transactions with different people. And I think they want to have the security perhaps of booking through a travel agent who is an expert, and booking with a tour operator who actually looks after them and cares about them. So I think the future is very bright. The one thing that does worry me, as I've said in the past, is town centres. I know where you are in Belfast, it's a vibrant city centre, just as Manchester is and Sheffield, etc. But once you get to the smaller towns, like the one where I come from, Oldham, and where I live now in Leigh, in the northwest, they are suffering. There's a lot of businesses closed down. There's not a lot of big high street, big names, and it's tough. And we have to find a way for the government to breathe life back into the town centres. So we've been asking for the government to do that, and I would hope that they will put some effort into doing that, because the travel agents have been and can continue to be the sort of heart of the community.
Absolutely, and I mean, hopefully the public will respond, with loyalty back to the travel agents after all the help that they give them during the pandemic. I mean, they were the cold face of having to deal with it all during the last couple of years, and they've done an outstanding job.
Yeah, I agree. We ran sort of emergency call centre to cope with the excess volumes when we're in the middle of the pandemic, cancellations and amendments, etc. And the travel agents, I thought, the independent travel agents, worked very hard to quickly change the business models, adapt the way they work. They worked longer hours than ever before, and they worked very, very hard fighting for their customers. Now, they didn't have to fight us at all, because we refunded very quickly without people asking, but the travel agents were working very, very hard for their customers. And that's what they do. That's what you pay for. They're there to make things easy, take away the pain, and work hard for you when you need the help. And they did it very well. I would commend all the independent travel agents everywhere, but we're talking about Northern Ireland here. They did a great job. Absolutely.
With the 4 devolved administrations, you must have found it difficult with your different bases all over the UK, and the different rules. I know they are trying to align as much as possible, but do you think that will come even closer very soon?
I would hope so. As I said, I think we're probably getting towards the end of the pandemic now, and we should be back to normal. Now, each of the devolved administrations has, the right to set their own rules, and obviously we respect that, and it's absolutely right that they do that. But it's quite, from a slightly selfish point of view, it's difficult when you're running a business operating in the devolved nations to get consistent messages across to customers. I would hope that once we get back to normal, everything will be aligned again. It's been quite difficult because we have to give one message to one set of people and another to another, and where you've got a centralized function and people working in the call center, they have to very quickly learn what the rules and regulations are from each country to each country. For example, the rules from Northern Ireland to Spain might have been different from the rules from from England to Spain or Scotland to Spain. So they've got many versions of the rules to get their head round, and it's quite difficult. And obviously, we're human. Sometimes we make mistakes.
And even more of a minefield where you have cross-border traffic coming from the Republic and customers coming through Belfast International Airport with yourselves, and different rules that apply to that and the whole Brexit situation. But that conversation's for another day. I think would be on here for hours trying to say.
Yeah, it's very complicated. It's been very difficult for people, but I think generally we've done okay.
Yeah, very much so. On to another sticky subject from the point of view of locator forms. I don't think they're going to go away anytime soon. The feelings are that the process has been simplified a bit, but I mean, should they go completely?
Yes. I'll elaborate slightly. Yeah, I don't think there's any need for them. I know they're doing a simplified version, but I thought travel worked very well before the pandemic without passenger locator forms. They were introduced as, let's say, an emergency measure because of the pandemic, and in my opinion, there is no need for them now. And we will carry on asking for their removal, and I think customers and travel agents should as well. Governments of all nationalities and colours have a habit of introducing emergency legislation and keeping hold of bits of it. There's no need. It's hassle, it's an extra form to fill in, it's worry. For what? We didn't need it 2 years ago, in my opinion. We don't need it now. Let's just get back to normal.
Absolutely. I'm going to come on to a subject that I know is very close to your heart. Sustainability is a high priority for everyone, of course, but I know it's high on your agenda. So could you give me a wee bit of an overview of what Jet2 are doing?
Yeah, we've reduced our emissions already on aircraft, in the ground, in the offices. You know, we've ordered another 75 brand new aircraft, Airbus A321, which are the cleanest in their class. So we're spending a lot of money. The gross transaction value before discount to those aircraft was $10.1 billion. So we're investing, you know, a lot of money into going greener. But of course, we still emit carbon dioxide until new technology is invented that is, you know, non-carbon dioxide producing. Will always produce carbon dioxide. What we have to do is, once we've reduced that as much as we can, look at offsetting the carbon, and we have a scheme now whereby we already offset carbon as part of government schemes by paying for carbon credits. We will be offsetting voluntarily the remainder of all the carbon dioxide over and above that paid into government schemes, and we will be investing in schemes throughout the world that will either prevent the creation of carbon dioxide or remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. And that's from the 1st of January 2022. So when people book a flight or a holiday with Jet2.com or Jet2Holidays, any carbon produced will be offset in respect to the flight. We're also working with hoteliers and putting in place a scheme whereby we will be looking at a certification for the hotel, whereby if they meet a certain set of parameters, they will be given a sustainability badge, let's say, and we'll be offering people the opportunity to search for sustainable hotels, etc. The data from the search engines suggests that people are more and more interested in booking sustainable holidays, and they're looking for sustainable hotels, etc. So we'll be offering that as part of the search process.
Very good, very good. Is there anything else new with Jet2.com that you'd like to, and Jet2Holidays as well, that you'd like to make us aware of?
Quite a lot actually. We've got summer 23 on sale. We have done for a long time, so it's not just about summer 22. We've got next winter on sale. We've got summer 23, and there's we are looking at hopefully putting some more flights into summer 23 as well. There's 3 aircraft on sale at the moment, and hopefully we can put some more flights on sale. We're looking at new destinations for summer 23, the new ones for summer 22. They're doing well, and we're looking at doing more and hopefully introducing them to Northern Ireland as well. We're working very hard with our hotel partners to try and get more product. For example, in Faro, we've got a brand new product that has come to us, the 3HB Guarana, fantastic 5-star hotel in the Algarve. So we're looking at getting more new product all the time and giving people what they want. We're offering more choice than ever in terms of hotels. We don't have a narrow range of product and try and funnel people into our own branded hotels. There's no conflict there. We don't have our own hotels. We concentrate on providing the best experience for the flight and the holiday and the transfer, and when we work with our hotel partners who make sure people get the best experience. So we're all about providing the widest range of choice and making sure people have the best experience.
I have to say, you know, from my own personal experience, being over in Tenerife there a few weeks ago, the Red team were all there at the airport helping everyone, officially and unofficially, with their Locator forms and all of the things that they needed to make sure that they were having the best holiday they possibly could. And there was no lack of help, you know, through the whole experience with yourself. So congratulations on that.
Well, thank you. I mean, one thing we've done is not compromise on quality. We've seen other tour operators that have reduced their overseas customer helper presence or completely removed it. We have kept the levels that we've always had, both in the airport and in resort, because now more than ever, people want advice. They want to make sure that they've got someone to help them if they need assistance, and we kept the quality. And it's good that you notice that. You know, if you go to any of our airports, either in the UK or overseas, you will see our Red team that are there to help people. You know, some airlines, you've got more chance of finding Lord Lucan than someone to help them. I'm showing my age now. That's about 50 years ago, Lord Lucan. But
well, I laughed at it too. I mean,
but no, it's one thing, we will never compromise on customer service. We want to make sure that our customers get the best experience. And it's dead easy to do that. We all go on holiday. We all know what it's like. We all know we want a hassle-free holiday. We want to be treated, you know, like a king or a queen. So it's therefore very easy to provide the service that people want. We will not compromise on customer service. That's why we win the awards for best tour operator with Travel Weekly and TTG. That's why we've been voted in the world's top 10 airlines for the last 3 years, according to TripAdvisor, 5th best in the world last year, because we concentrate.
Best tour operator at the Northern Ireland Travel Awards as well.
I did realise, actually, I missed that one out as well, sorry, and that is our most coveted award. The reason I didn't mention that, I was so honoured and aghast at winning it, and my mind went blank. But no, I mean, on a serious note, it's very flattering that we do win that, because we work very hard to provide it, and the fact that people in Northern Ireland have taken the trouble to show their appreciation and vote for us, it's very, very flattering. And, you know, the Red team in the airport and in hotels see that, and it makes them very proud, and it makes them work even harder. So it's a virtuous circle.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing that's coming out of the conversation definitely is that personal service now that, you know, has been successful, both from the travel agents, the independent travel agents, and also yourselves with the, you know, Jet2Holidays and the Red team, you know, and that's, I think, where the future is for travel, and the confidence for people booking, that they have that face-to-face contact and that personal relationship now with the travel again. So it's great to see.
Yeah, well, it's very easy when things are going well to provide good customer service, but our sort of mantra was, you've got to provide the same level of customer service when things aren't going well. And we've been through a hellish 2 years. And I would urge customers and travel agents to remember, who refunded you quickly without you asking? Who looked after you? Who manned their call centres as they did before? Who had the staff in the airport to look after them? Who had overseas customers, helpers in resorts to look after them when they wanted them? And the answer in all cases is Jet2Holidays. I'm not sure you could say that for other tour operators.
As always, thank you very much indeed for your time. I'd always like to finish with my old classic, of course. What can we expect for the future developments? Anything you can reveal to us for Belfast going forward?
Well, we are planning for summer 23 at the moment. We've rolled over the capacity for summer 22, so there's 3 aircraft on sale, but we are looking at potentially more capacity, and hopefully we can see what we can do in Belfast. We may have new destinations, either new to Belfast that we do from other places, or brand new destinations that we can do from Belfast. We're still working on that at the moment. We've got an eye, well, both eyes on the future now. Hopefully, understandably, over the last 2 years, we've been very much on the here and now and changing flight schedules at short notice, etc. But I'm hoping we're out of this now, so we've got an eye on the future again. And as always, Alan Cross, our head of trade, is very, very into speaking to travel agents, etc. And I think he'll be over in Northern Ireland soon. I'm hoping to join him. I have let you down over the last few years. I always say I'll come to one of your events, and I don't. I had a good excuse one year because I think the flight was cancelled because it was snowing.
I think that's in the one, yeah.
Other years it was less convincing. So I think you normally have something in June, don't you?
I do, yes. We have our big event in June, so hopefully we can get you over for that, or maybe the awards, and our 30th anniversary of our awards is in October. So,
well, I will try my best, and the reason I mentioned that is because well, by then we will have summer 23 all planned, and we'll know what new destinations we're doing, what new hotel product we've got. So it'd be a very opportune moment to just confirm that with you. Obviously, we'll let you know before then, but I'd be very pleased to meet all our independent travel agent partners when we're over there. I know some of them quite well from the conferences we've had, etc. They're all very hardworking, very loyal, and I think it's amazing that they've continued to provide the levels of service that they have done over the last 2 years. So I'd like to thank them for all the support and the hard work, and making sure our mutual customers, because when a customer books with a travel agent, it's their customer, but they entrust them to us, and they've done a great job in keeping customers happy, and will benefit. It's an investment. Mm-hmm. You look after your customers in the bad times as well as the good, and they will remember that for a long, long time and come back.
Absolutely. No, the partnership has been working well through the good times and the bad times, and I can only see good times coming in the next couple of years. So
me too.
I really look forward to catching up with you soon, and I really appreciate you taking the time.
Me too.
To your market here in Northern Ireland. I know it's really important to you in the Belfast base. So thanks very much indeed, and look after yourself.
It's been a pleasure talking to you. It's always a pleasure visiting Northern Ireland, and always a pleasure reading the Ulster Fry as well. I read that whenever I can. That's very funny. It keeps me up to date with what's going on in a sort of light-hearted way, and it's a lovely place. I will be back, and we'll meet up when I'm there.
That's great. You look after yourself, Steve. Thanks very much indeed.
Thanks, Jonathan. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.